Hi guys, so let's finish this story that I was sharing with you guys in my last video. So, this woman, their neighbor, had the intention of getting this man, this caring, loving man. But unfortunately, she was destroying another person's happiness. So things began to get funny. The woman was not happy with her husband and she couldn't hold it but to show it in her action. And the children were also not happy. So, because of this, regular conflicts happened in the home because unconsciously this woman reacts. Any little thing that this man does was not enough. And things started to get hot. This woman is a very understanding woman. So this woman is a very understanding woman. Most times her husband has been posted to several areas for work and she has been able to manage without this man. So this is time for her to enjoy her husband. And she is being known by her husband's colleague at work. Everybody likes her because there was a time they had a party and the man invited a lot of his colleagues, and they had this kind of feeling that this woman is a very humble and nice woman. So her husband's colleague really liked her. So now that problems started arising in their home, what happened? So there was this day this man went to work and did not come back home. First day, it was like a joke. Second day, his phone was not being reachable, and everything turned into catastrophe. And at the same time, this their neighbor was not present at home. She locked up her home for during this period. So this created a kind of picture in this woman's mind. She tried reaching her husband, she couldn't get through. She went to her husband's place of work and she was told that he had not been at work for some time. So at the end of the day, this woman, after like a month, 2 months, she couldn't pay rent. The kind of world that these people are living. There are certain places in the world whereby some people, they pay their house rent monthly, but certain parts of the world they pay their house rent yearly. So that's the part of the world that she was living. So that month their house rent was already due and they were meant to pay for another year. So because the man was not available, so they couldn't pay. So the caretaker allowed them to stay in that home for 1 month, and after a while he told them that he was going to throw them out. So to avoid this, the woman had to start making plans of relocating, and the whole environment was in shambles. She wasn't working, and then they began to feel it, and the children needed help. So what next? The plan was to decide on who will go to work in another part of the country, or is it a city, and that was her first child. So our first child will go and be working as a maid somewhere because things have started, turning into a mess for them. They cannot feed and they cannot do anything without their father. So this lady, young lady, decided to go on a journey to work for someone else. They got contact of this woman, a very rich woman. She also had children, but all her children were boys. So she's going to be working with them, and at the same time, she may further her studies there, and then till she becomes a woman that can be independent. So the mother cried, the child cried, but what would they do? Their father has turned their whole life into a mess. They couldn't reach their father anymore because one strange woman has taken away their father. So now, when this girl got to this city or this part of the world where she's going to start working and being paid for, she started to try to adapt to her new environment. You remember I told you that there are 3 kids. The 2 were staying with their mother, and she was to work to, get a better life for herself. So this woman started to treat her badly. Of course, some people are not so nice. They cannot treat a child that is not theirs as their child. It seems so difficult for them. So during this time, this woman's first son was in school preparing to be a medical doctor. So he came home and saw this maid and was like, oh, is she the one that will be working for us? The mother said yes. Okay, that's good. And because he was kind of buzzy and sports, he kept on, demanding this and that from the girl, stressing her and trying to make her feel sad, dejected, and useless. But the guy had an intention. So, what did this guy do to this girl? I'll be sharing it in my next video. So, you need to know what ended up on this young lady. What happened? Where did this man go? How has this woman be surviving without her man? A lot of things are going to be learned from this video about life, and also when you depend on people at times, they may disappoint you. So it's good to trust people, but at the same time, don't put your whole life on someone, depending on that person for your being. It could be dangerous. Anything can happen at any time. So there are a lot of lessons to be learned in this video. So watch out for the remaining parts of the video. The video is about to end. The story is about to end. Just watch out for the remaining parts, because this will change a lot of people's thoughts about certain things. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video. I have to run now, and I'll be back very, very soon. It's a bye.